just being empathetic to compassionate, to living out faithfulness. That faithfulness can take many different forms, and how faithfulness looks in 2017 looks a lot different than it did in 1720.
Amen.
But
Yes.
the idea that faithfulness is woven in amongst that.
Yeah.
And also part of living in community is being grateful for all that's been given to us,
Yes.
grateful for those around us, grateful for the gifts that God has given us, and kind of helping campers be aware of some of the gifts that are in their lives. That
Yes.
One of the things that I think moms want to hear on Friday is, "I've missed you." Actually, I think there are two things that moms really, really want to see. One, they want to see their kid healthy on
Yes.
Friday.
Yes.
And they also want to see them smiling,
Yes.
because it means that they've been safe.
Yep.
And that they've been well cared for and they've had a good time.
Yes.
Those two are vitally important, and things that camps do really well. I talk a lot about SkyLake, but I'm also very fortunate to be part of a network of Methodist camps in Upper New York. Kasuasko is right up the road from us.
Yes.
Aldersgate up in the kind of western Adirondacks, Sky Farm in the eastern Adirondacks, and Asbury out just below Rochester, of camps that are committed to helping kids live in community and to grow closer to one another, to forge those friendships that last a long time. I got a couple messages from camp friends that I haven't seen in person in years, but whenever we connect, it's as if we were still 14-year-olds at junior high camp at SkyLake.
Absolutely.
That those friendships, and just kind of you want your kids to be dependent on you, but at the same time you also want them to kind of discover their way in this world, so that they can be healthy when you're gone.
It's indeed a unique environment unto itself, and I know with my two children, they're in their mid-30s now, still talk about Kasuasko. And still connected with social media with those people, counselors, directors, and such things. Yet today. What a gift.
It's
what a
that
gift.
building that friendship and those relationships.
I
mean, friendship is a relationship, and those relationships that are formed at camp are based on your true self. And one of the other great things about SkyLake is that we don't have a super rigid schedule. None of the camps that I'm a part of have a real rigid schedule. It's about allowing room for campers to have some decision making. And to just live in community. Now we do some specialty programs, so they get to spend extra time at archery or in crafts or fort building. We had a couple programs last year that are backed by popular demand. Fort building is one of those that it is amazing to watch kids who've never really spent time in the woods build their own forts.
Amazing.
And what was amazing was the girls were into it as much as the boys. It just it broke all those barriers. The counselors were there to be supportive, make sure everyone was safe. But the campers really had the lead in that, and hammock camp too. We have a portable hammock village. So that campers will kind of decide where they're going to safely place hammocks and go out and spend some extra time just lounging around.
Doesn't get any better than that.
No. I mean, it's just great.
It doesn't get any better than that. That's awesome. We are with Matt Williams, who is the director at SkyLake, and let's carry that a little bit further. Is there any other things? I'd love to go to hammock camp. That'd be awesome. But any other things happening in 2017 that you would like to have our viewers and listeners know about at SkyLake? Any plans?
Well, one of the realities is we've talked a lot about summer camp, but we're open year-round.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are still amazed to learn. We've been open year-round since the 60s. So we have a couple really nice winterized facilities, a really nice dining hall that has a nice conference room with it as well, a couple retreat apartments. Our maintenance crew does a phenomenal job of keeping the roads cleared, and the town of Windsor and town of Sanford also do a phenomenal job of keeping our roads open and accessible. And so we have a bunch of groups that come in and use our facilities, and we love partnering with churches and with nonprofit organizations to provide day retreats or week-long retreats or anything in between.
Yes.
We also do a few of our own kind of in-house programming, and May is a busy month for us.
Yes.
So next weekend we have our annual work day. Folks come in about 8:30 in the morning, or they kind of mosey in throughout the morning. And there are a bunch of projects. I mean, we have some groups that have a lot of experience of working with power tools, so we have some projects for them. We also have some groups that you don't want using power tools. As much as the teens might like to use them, they're better off with a paintbrush or with a rake or a shovel, helping us do some green thumb projects. And we have some of those this year. And then a couple weeks after that, on May 21st, we have our annual open house. It's a great opportunity for families to come up and just kind of nosy around and learn a bit more about camp, go for a boat ride, weather permitting. And also that day we have our 5K trail run and walk. So a lot of our campers come to camp because of our campership program. A lot of campers come to camp because campership programs through the local church. And it's not just Methodist either. We have a large number of non-denominational campers. We have campers from the Presbyterian churches. We have Congregationalist campers. We have Episcopalian campers. We have Catholic campers. We're pretty much open to all God's beloved children.
Amen.
So you don't have to have your Methodist card to get into camp. So open house is a good time for you to come just kind of poke around. And the trail run is also a great outcropping of support for our campership program. And then the last weekend in May, we have our spring fling. So over Memorial Day weekend, we have a family campground that's available from May to October weekends. 26 sites, some have electricity, some don't. But it's a really great, underutilized, I think, campground for families. It's alcohol-free, so that helps keep down a lot of the revelry at times. So it's great for younger families to get some sleep as well. And so Memorial Day weekend, Spring Fling, we do a bunch of activities, ice cream making, ice cream social. Pretty much everyone spends their afternoons at the waterfront. Because that's usually about the time that the weather is really nice. And we also do family campfires and that sort of thing. And then, of course, summer camps. And then throughout the winter, we have some family retreats. And we also do a couple retreats that are geared just for women, called our Ladies of the Lake and Rejuvenate. And those they have the Esther Williams seal of approval on them. My mom loves them, as do dozens of other women who come up. Some to both retreats. They're about fellowshipping, but also growing that relationship with God and with one another in community.
Right. Well, I'm amazed at the diversity and the environments that camp and under your leadership is developing and such things. And so on behalf of so many lives that you are changing, I just want to take this time to thank you for all that you have done. We've only got about a minute left, and I wanted to allow you time just to say anything else that you wanted to share with our listeners and viewers. Again, we're with Matt Williams, the director at SkyLake Camp today. Is there anything else that you'd like to share? We have about 1 minute left. Anything that nugget of wisdom or anything that you want to share with our viewers or listeners?
I think that camp can play a powerful role in helping our society care for one another a little bit better. We've talked a lot of values have been a buzzword for the past year, and camp really helps cut through a bunch of the malarkey out there. And gets to the core of who we are, not only as Americans, but as Christians. That when we intentionally live with one another and learn to live with people with differences, that you can have different opinions, but still value the other person. We believe we are children of God, serving other beloved children of God. And to be able to continue to do that is a great honor and a privilege, and I'm looking forward to lots of campers experiencing that as well, and to know that they are truly loved by the God who created all of us.
Amen. Matt, thank you for your hard work and your leadership. We truly appreciate it. And I want to thank you for joining us. A very exciting summer ahead at SkyLake. And if they wanted to reach you, your website is?
SkyLakeCenter.org.
SkyLakeCenter.org. Friends, have a blessed day. God bless you, and may God's peace be with you.